Welcome to Not Your Radio Show. We're taking a nut shot is worth $10,000 and a trip to Disney World. And Bob Saget is still Danny Tanner, not some weird old pervert. Today we're going to be talking about appropriate jokes and inappropriate jokes. And those jokes in the workplace. And what's funny? What is funny to everybody else? Because, I mean, everybody has their own sense of humor. And my biggest thing is with it all is I'm probably the oldest guy here. Yeah.
No.
I'm going on 35.
You're like old as dead.
Yeah. But anyway, let's get back to the introduction.
You're almost dead.
You'll be dead soon.
Yeah, I'll be dead soon.
Give it a
I'm Mark.
I'm Weston.
I'm Matt.
I'm Joshua.
I'm Dylan.
And we're gonna try to be as funny as fucking possible today.
Yeah, sure we
It's
are.
debatable.
I'm just in the last for me.
Yeah.
Scandalo.
So nowadays, like I said, me being the oldest guy in the room here, I mean, I grew up in 80s and 90s. Well, end of the 80s. I don't really remember much.
1890s.
Yeah.
Great time.
Great time.
Definitely there.
Great
I
time.
don't remember.
Wagon trains hoe.
Real cowboy.
Like back in the day, like people weren't as uptight and butthole puckered about sensitivity and you got to be politically correct.
Interesting term. Let's not pass over that.
What, butthole puckered?
Yeah, I think that
Because
really...
Butthole pucker and then into
So-
sensitivity.
Perfect example.
Oh.
I recently had an interview for a position in the company that we all work at. And it's a panel interview, so there was 6 of us sitting there in front of 3
I have also
supervisors.
I have also done this. Yes.
So one of the questions in our panel interview was, give us a appropriate joke for the workplace, or tell us your favorite movie quote, or sing us a song.
Thank God I avoided that.
So
That's not a question.
Yeah, I know.
You threw me completely.
it was a request. But anyway, the first guy goes and he goes, I have an appropriate joke for the workplace, and the 3 people in the panel go, you're sure it's appropriate? And the guy goes, yeah.
The way he's setting it up
Now,
is already showing that
because I know how
inappropriate.
because I know how the mass populace is with political correctness and racism and all that, I'm going to try to make this as clear as possible. I hope I can speak for everybody here that we are not a racist group and we do not hate any individual more than the others.
I'm pretty sure that comes pretty easily, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the man's joke,
You're just repeating his joke.
I'm just repeating his joke. His joke was, what do you call a black guy flying an airplane? And the panel went frickin' nuts. We said appropriate. Calm down. We said appropriate. And he looked at him. He said, he's a pilot, you racists.
Did they crack?
I don't think he got the job.
I would have given it to him. I would have been like, that was clever.
What were you thinking?
My point is times have changed so much that nowadays you have to be on complete eggshells and watch what you say, even in a damn grocery store.
I can definitely tell you one thing. My dad, he has no filter whatsoever. He wouldn't be able to
But
get
your
that
dad
job.
is a product of the 60s and or 70s.
But let me tell you a joke he told me when I was probably like
Oh,
8 or
is it
9.
appropriate for the workplace?
I can definitely tell you.
Let's
Then I would be very careful.
No thanks. All right. Well, this is what he told me. He says, "What were you before you were mama's little boy?" I said, "What?" He said, "Daddy's little squirt."
I hate
That's
that.
appropriate for me. Look, everybody needs to lighten the hell up, okay? Laughter.
I think this is just your opinion.
That would probably be like right on the line. He probably could have passed with that one, like Dylan's. But
Yeah.
I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah, I know, but
I don't know.
and I get that. I get the times have changed, and
I think
you've got
even
these
early
liberals that are
2000s,
just
late
very
90s.
soft and pansies and all that. And I know I'm going to get yelled at. I don't care. I grew up in an era where it was okay to
Just make fun of everyone.
make fun of everybody equally.
With no regard.
With no regard. Because they were doing it, and we were doing it. We're all doing it. It doesn't matter.
Sure.
Chris Rock. I mean, he makes fun of white people like there ain't no business.
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle.
That's true.
Dave Chappelle even put on whiteface, and guess what? I'm still laughing my ass
Yeah, it
off.
was funny. I'm a cracker. I don't care. Call me what you want. you can't get so butthurt over stuff. I mean, it's just a joke. So, in my opinion, like, so what to you is crossing the line nowadays? Because you're the youngest kid here. You saucy liberal.
I wouldn't be caught dead telling that joke in front of that panel.
Well, I mean, your job is on the line when it comes to that. So, yeah, I agree with that.
He's an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, there are rules you do have to follow, especially when the rules are laid out in front of you. Give us an appropriate joke for the workplace.
Caught dead telling that joke. Anyway.
I probably would
I
have.
thought it was funny, to be honest with you.
I probably would have sang him a
I thought
song.
that was similar.
I thought it was beautiful.
Well, I mean, like the one that
It's a beautiful.
T
joke.
told me. What's worse than ants in your pants?
Uh.
Uncles. I mean,
Plural.
that's funny. It's a dad joke, but it's funny.
What's better than roses on the piano?
Tulips on your organ.
Exactly.
I think I get it.
Really?
You don't like
I'm
that
not
joke?
explaining it.
You gotta
I'm
read the
I'm not
room a
explaining
little.
No, we're not explaining it.
You gotta read the room just a little bit though. Whenever you tell something like that, I don't know. It depends on the person.
Yeah.
It's too dicey.
So,
I'm not gonna play with fire. Nope.
okay, so, I mean, We
I
all-
like the fire.
we all know, like, there is a button that can be pushed. That obviously, I mean, look, what's his name? Kramer. You just don't say the N-word. It's just that simple.
Yet again.
I mean, that's one thing. I mean,
Idiot-
well, okay,
idiot
you don't
did
say the N-word if you're not,
Fire.
if you're white, you just don't say it. You don't say it. Unless you're Stephen Lynch. He got away with it.
I don't know who that is.
He's a musician, comedian, and there's a song called Gay Tattoo or Queer Tattoo. And in that song, he drops the N-bomb.
Quentin Tarantino seems to frequently get away with it. But
He uses the... Well, yeah, but he didn't use the N-word.
No.
He writes it into his scripts
He
for other
uses it.
white people to use.
it's true. Yeah.
And yet nobody had a problem with that movie.
I
talking about,
think
Django?
Yeah, Django.
I think Spike Lee hated that movie, but it's Spike Lee.
Yeah, but Spike
And,
Lee hates everything. Look, he's doing Capital One commercials. I can't
Yeah.
trust him anymore.
Even though, the movie Django, Leonardo DiCaprio did a great job playing the part he played, but believe it or not, behind the scenes, he actually hated playing that part.
Yeah,
He
well,
hated
same went
using
with
that word.
Don... What was it, Don Johnson? Yeah, Don Johnson played Big Daddy at the plantation. And he literally, after every take, went to every African-American on set and apologized. Like, he would line them up. I'm sorry. Because he used the N-word actually more than Leonardo DiCaprio did in that movie.
Samuel L. Jackson's still pretty tight with him, though. He don't care.
With what?
Quentin Tarantino.
Well, yeah, because he's getting paid.
Of course.
I mean,
Well, at the same time, they have to make movies.
yeah.
It's like
But, I mean, do you have to make a movie that's about slavery?
He, of course, amps
If
it
you
up.
want to accurately portray the times, then you have to. You're
Yeah.
writing a script and you're trying to be accurate.
and
I
I think
understand that.
I think for the most part they would respect that more than anything because
Okay, was that movie
Not like
accurate?
Django's.
I was gonna say-
it's
no.
accurate in its racism.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's very accurate inside its racism.
But
But-
as far as like this something happening, no. Or something probably like that ever happened, probably not.
I've never actually
Oh,
watched
I mean-
Django.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's a
Never
spaghetti
seen Django?
western. You've never seen Django? Oh,
Django's
it's a
a
great
bomb.
movie.
Yeah, it's an awesome movie.
I've seen
I'm not
the
gonna
trailer.
make any quotes from that movie though.
No,
Not a.
Shoot, Django!
I'm not gonna make.
Anyway, the D is silent.
Yeah, that's about it. That's. I mean, other than that, that entire movie is just full of
Slurs.
racial slur. It's like I said, it is a great movie.
It's a ride. It's
I like
good.
how it made fun of the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made him a bunch of
It made him look like a bunch of
My
schmucks.
wife made these.
I can't believe Jonah Hill was
Okay,
in the
well,
car.
wear these tonight, but but tomorrow we're revisiting this. I can't see shit out of these holes.
It was even funnier that Jonah Hill was in that part.
Yeah, right.
America's Sweetheart is playing in a racist
And he's
movie.
playing a KKK member whose wife sewed them the hoods.
Is
Oh,
he
shit.
America's sweetheart?
Jonah.
I mean, what has he done lately?
Jonah fucking Hill.
Yeah, right. I thought he was more adorable when he was fat and pudgy.
Yeah, me too. I'm
Not-
pretty sure he
not-
doesn't like being fat.
Now he's just trying to catch up with Zac Efron, and boy, he's got some work ahead of him.
He just needs more like fucking Chris Rock. Or not Chris Rock, but the fuck is his name?
I don't know.
Chris.
Me either.
Chris,
Chris
Hemsworth?
Farley?
No.
Chris Evans?
Farley.
It's probably not even Chris. It's
Does he
like
get more fat and athletic?
Black Jack.
Black Jack.
Yeah. Jack Black.
Jack Black.
Oh, yeah.
Blackjack. Blackjack.
For some reson, I always flip his name around. I don't know why, but I always flip his name around.
Blackjack sounds like a pirate.
So I mean, with all that being said, and getting into the workplace,
I just keep my mouth shut at work.
well, yeah, because now you work in a department that's full of nothing but females.
Well, okay, sure, but
And don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with that, but that's kind of it's reverse sexism.
What is?
Well,
The fact that they hired nothing but females, and now they're deciding, oh, maybe we should put a dude in there so we have the minority vote.
No, it's
I'm the second one there.
it's
Yeah,
the
but-
industry. It really is.
Look, and I get that, and let me make this perfectly clear, because I'm never going to ever tell anybody on this show who's listening where we work. But Matt is a waitress.
Basically.
He's
Waiter.
He's a cocktail waitress.
Yeah.
Sure. Whatever.
He got the body for it,
Yeah.
though.
Mm.
He looked good in them jeans. He pulls down tips.
Thank you, boys.
But in that industry, I mean, yeah, especially where in the company that we work, it's going to be majority of females because most guys, that's what they want to look at, and that to me is ridiculous.
That's
ridiculous.
what
Hey, there's nothing wrong with it, you know.
Attractive people.
Yeah, you ever seen what's that movie with what was it? No, I'm drawing a blank. Thanks,
That's
Weston.
senility- that's
Yeah,
senility.
senility taking in fucking 35
it's
years
contagious.
old. Yeah. Tootsie. That's the one. Tootsie.
Tootsie.
You ever seen Tootsie? Tootsie. No, because you guys are all 12 years
I
old.
watched that movie for a nickel.
What's
Yeah.
your name?
So,
I
but
like that one.
But that being said, we have a couple of people that work with us, and like again, I'm not gonna name names, and I'm not gonna say where we work at. That borderline visiting HR on a daily basis when it comes to what's appropriate in the workplace.
Yeah, I'm not like that. I just go home. I leave stuff at work.
Maybe you're the problem.
Get your hand off my leg.
Wait, that was a leg?
I mean, so what happened between, let's just say, and don't get me wrong, a boss smacking his secretary on the ass is still inappropriate and it's horrible, and I don't condone it in any way possible. Sexual abuse in the workplace, I do not condone in any way possible. But there used to be a time when you could watch shit like that on TV and it was funny. In a certain context. Monty Python was hilarious, and the TV show was hilarious.
Or another good example of Mel Brooks films.
Oh, God, Mel Brooks. Show of hands, anybody here watched the Blazing Saddles at all?
Yeah, some Blazing Saddles.
I haven't seen it in a while.
But you've watched it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Almost as racist as Django. Actually, no, I'd say it's way more racist than Django.
It would, yeah.
You know, it's also really
But look-
racist, but nobody really noticed it. Friggin' Million Ways to Die in the West.
That's a great movie. Great movie.
It's a great movie.
Great movie. But
There's a lot of racism in that.
But so it's gotten to the point where you almost don't even recognize the country you're living in anymore. For me, I have to say, because being the oldest person here, I've seen a lot of things change. A lot of people are getting very sensitive. And I want to know what's in the water. Why is people, freaking out over certain shit that used to be hilarious back in the day? Robin Williams used to make jokes. Freaking Sam Kinison, Rodney Dangerfield. These were George Carlin. Oh my God.
They died.
Dead.
Yeah, I get they're dead, but if George Carlin was
Bill Hicks.
alive right now, Bill Hicks, if these people were alive right now,
They'd be scary.
they would be telling America to just
pull
your pants up.
They'd be skeletons.
Stop
What are you
being.
talking about?
Shit, I said if they were alive, if they had not died.
No,
Period.
If Bill Hicks was still alive, he'd probably say, "Quit being a part of the puppet people."
Yeah, I mean
No.
it's today. I mean today's culture is just so nurtured and mamby-pamby. To me, it's sad.
I think it's mostly mainstream media.
I think it's the parents. Honestly, mainstream media is a product of our way of life. Like, I mean, if it wasn't for, if we didn't turn society this way, mainstream media wouldn't focus on it. If we turned it the other way, they'd focus on that.
I agree, it's there.
I mean, it's to me, it's, I don't know, it's a bug.
Well, hey, the great words that Jim Morrison said: "Whoever controls the media controls the world."
That's true.
Yeah.
This is true. So, I want to hear from each one of you an inappropriate joke.
No.
No, Matt's like, no, I don't know any.
No.
You know one at least. You don't have to say it. I'm fine. Okay, well, give me an appropriate joke.
An appropriate.
Yeah, give me your appropriate
Some
joke.
sweet knock-knocks.
You need some time. Pass.
Yeah.
Pass. You can go appropriate or inappropriate. I don't care. But nut up or shut up. That's all I have to say.
Okay,
It's a good movie.
Don't drop an N-bomb. That's all I'm saying.
That's common sense.
We can't get away with it. I'm just saying.
It's complete common sense.
We're on YouTube, and I know we're in the mountains of North Carolina, cousin fucker county, but we're not going to go there.
Yeah, no. I wasn't even worried about it, really.
Really? Because I kind of was.
No.
I was like, if I didn't put that rule out there, somebody might have slipped.
Nope.
All right, I got one that my dad told me.
Okay.
Oh.
What's the difference between watching a plane take off and looking up a woman's dress?
What?
A plane will give you a stiff neck.
Yeah, that one definitely wouldn't fly in that panel interview. Fired.
Again,
You have to ask you to step out to the hall.
My dad told me that joke when I was, I think, probably like 7.
Oh, wow.
My dad had no filter at all.
I only know
And
a
I'm
lame
actually
joke.
glad he didn't.
What's your lame joke?
Well, I don't consider it lame, but a lot of people will look at me funny in this room. But
Like
this
we're
is
doing
my
right now?
this is my joke. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Doctor.
Doctor? No.
That's a
Hey, we're still all laughing, so.
No, it's my favorite one.
that one's got a 50-50 chance to land too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doctor Who.
I don't get it.
David Tennant. David Tennant.
Who's Doctor Who? No,
David Tennant.
You
That's
win.
Doctor Who.
Tom Baker.
No, well, yeah, he's the doctor. First doctor.
Well, I mean, there's 12 of them. Actually, no, there's 13 of them. But
What's the
who's
name?
counting?
All right, Matt, what's your joke? Don't say pass, you pansy.
I don't know if I can. think
I've
of
met
it.
your dad, dude. I know you've got jokes.
My dad's a dork.
Oh, does he listen to this show?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna give him the link.
I'll have to,
I'll
when
go
I
home,
visit
I'll
my
call
dad
him a
again, I'm
dork.
going to have to show him this podcast. He don't have internet, so or know how to use internet, so
Yeah.
he's from that time.
Yeah, I don't think our generation really tells jokes. We're
Yeah,
just
I wasn't
kinda
really-
winging it.
we're just smart asses.
Yeah,
That's
Whenever
what
the
it is.
question got
Alright,
passed
It's
on
more
to me,
about sarcasm and snarky.
Yeah,
whenever it came
I
over to
don't know
me,
any jokes.
I don't know any jokes.
but the
I don't
problem
know a
is,
single
okay,
joke.
so but the problem is with being sarcastic and or snarky and or witty,
Is there isn't
And
one?
a bunch of dicks.
well, being a bunch of dicks and or assholes.
Take your pick,
It's whatever's comfortable.
of course.
Um,
Don't ask-
see, you go off the cuff with being a smartass. I mean, that's kind of it's a
Yeah, it requires you to be actually clever.
yeah. You have to have some sort of wits about you. The problem with that is you kind of have to drop your filter a little bit.
There you go.
Well, no, I'm not talking about we get like the cussing and all that. You don't have to cuss to be funny. You don't have to cuss to be a smartass. But
Dang right, idiot.
Dang right.
Shut up.
Idiot.
jerk.
Fruit Loops.
So, but you do have to be quick, and sometimes being quick means you don't catch what you say before you say it,
Sure.
and you could find yourself saying some shit you
That's
shouldn't
not
be
very
saying in the workplace.
That's why I keep it zipped.
Zips.
No, I've seen you wink at me at work. You could keep it zipped all you want, but a facial expression,
You wink a lot.
a facial expression.
You wink a lot.
Oh, I don't have time to
Hey,
stop for a normal
and,
conversation,
and
so
y'all
I'll wink
seen our
some
department?
You're
everywhere.
talking about
Yeah,
every
give me the
other
nod from
every
now on.
other waitress in your department stops and has conversations. Why can't
And,
you?
They shouldn't
You've
be
already
doing
seen
that.
our department
Yeah.
at nighttime.
Yeah,
and,
you guys are
Don't
dead.
wink. Give me the nod.
we have no damn filter.
I'm super.
Mail lady has a Honda Element now. See, they were good cookies, right? We want to thank,
Yo, is that-
we want to thank KFC
that
for
last
bringing
one?
the cookies.
No.
Do you want one
Yeah,
before it's gone?
What about mine? I'm kidding.
You had one.
I did not
And
eat
I know
one.
Weston ate one.
I didn't eat any.
You didn't have one?
I don't eat sweets.
Oh, well then there you go. Then I don't want to hear you complaining. You don't like sweets.
Got him.
Again, I was just fucking with y'all. Being a sarcastic asshole.
You just made me believe that you didn't like it. Like,
Although I think I have one of the greatest jokes going on at work right now.
Which is?
what's that?
Meow.
Oh, meow.
Yeah.
You know that
No.
that's not yours, right?
I said I got it going.
Hey, Josh,
at
what do
work.
we burn every night at work?
A cat.
Yeah. But no, meow, not cat.
No.
Meow.
Hey, Josh, how did that joke start at work?
You would say, I gotta go to the smoke pit and find my cat.
And I would go, meow. Here, kittens. Here, mittens. Here, mittens.
Yeah.
Meow.
I've also been working there for a solid 2 years longer than you.
Yeah, but I've also was.
I'm older than you. You're about to die.
Yeah. I started that joke when I was in Pampers. You weren't even a tiny. What was it? You weren't even your dad's squirt yet. Call back.
You'll be in Depends soon.
I'm a time traveler. I go where I want.
Hey,
No.
Y'all want to hear another joke my dad told me?
Yeah, let's hear it.
He said, what's the sound that's made before pubic hairs hit the floor?
Oh, okay, let's find out.
Yeah.
Go on.
That's a little gross, but all right.
Oh.
I like
Oh
that.
man, I'm still going to hell.
Hey, you're not the one that created them. You're just repeating them.
Yeah. Remember, this wasn't our
Good parenting, right?
great parenting.
Love you,
See,
Dad, if you end up hearing this one day.
he can't use the internet. You already told us.
Well, don't mean I won't show him the podcast when I go visit him.
All right. So, what's with keeping on the topic of what's funny?
You're not.
Well, we know Josh isn't, so.
None of us here are funny. We're just
No,
funny.
we're not.
We think we're funny.
We're working like an office.
What is? Let's go around and what's your all-time favorite comedy movie?
Comedy movie?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I can think of a show. I'll have to
Okay, show or TV show.
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec's pretty funny.
Dumb and Dumber.
Okay.
Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Super funny.
Super funny. Super funny.
I mean, I fell in love with A Million Ways to Die in the West. Unrated version. There are jokes in there.
That aren't in the original. I'll agree with that.
Yeah, and those are definitely, borderline just bad. Those should not be repeated ever.
Probably The Office. U.S.
U.S. Office.
Yeah.
You don't like the British? See, my
Yeah, raw.
no, you're right.
British funny.
Yeah, no British.
Funny.
No British, Turkish.
You're raw.
There's a show called the IT Crowd, but every time I
know
read
IT
it,
Crowd.
I call it the It Crowd
Yeah.
because it doesn't have the dots separating the I
I've
and
never.
the T.
I've seen the promo for it, but I always
It's-
thought that's what it was too. The It Crowd.
Yeah,
No, it's about
It's got
text.
it's about text.
Oh.
It's the IT Crowd.
It's
No,
got
I'll
no
never
feeling
watch
in
that
it.
show.
Yeah,
Scott Noel Fielding from Mighty
and
Boosh. in it.
it's freaking funny.
Mighty Boosh.
You never watched Mighty Boosh?
No.
On like Adult
I'm all
Swim or anything
Greg.
like that? Yeah, see, he knows.
No, I stopped. I mean, you guys have all made it perfectly clear. I'm old. I don't go to. I sleep. I go to sleep at 5
show's
a.m.
pretty
or
old,
5
dude.
p.m.
Show's from like 2000.
No, I mean, but
go
the
to
time I stay awake to watch Adult Swim.
Oh, okay. True.
You're awake all night.
I know,
long.
right? I don't get to watch Adult Swim.
Okay. Conversely, you ever watched the Great British Baking Show? Ever on Netflix?
You're raw.
I've watched an episode or
He's
two.
like one of the hosts. He's the guy, flamboyant guy, long black hair. Noel Fielding.
Sure.
Fun.
Okay.
He's pretty
Whatever. My all-time favorite comedy show or comedy movie to me will always be. Blazing Saddles is a great one. It's just freaking hilarious.
Said
I
a lot.
laugh. Look, you know what? You could call me whatever you want. That movie came out well before I was born. The thing about it is, it collates into two movies, actually. Is you got Blazing Saddles, which had, I think the guy's name was Cleavon Brown or Cleavon Jones or something like that.
Yeah,
the guy who played.
I can
Who
name
played
two
Sheriff
older
Bart.
movies that I liked, and one of them is Evolution, which isn't that old. And then my other one is Pulp Fiction.
But that's not a comedy.
Yeah, it is.
That's like
Pulp
a tragedy.
I was laughing the whole time. That's a
You're
comedy.
a sick person, man.
Yeah.
Poor Phil Lamar's head gets blown all over the back of that car.
That's hilarious.
Pulp
Now,
Fiction's just kind of sad.
In the Evolution movie, though, there was one part that did stick out, and that was when they were digging a bug out of Orlando Jones' ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need a
There's always
popsicle.
time for a lubricant.
I need a
There's
popsicle.
always time for lubricant.
I need a popsicle. What flavor? Doesn't matter.
For my ass.
My ass.
It's ice cream.
Either way, it was still fun.
You took that like a champ, man. That thing was like this big. It is a good movie. I love Evolution. And Ivan Reitman made really good flicks. I mean, Ghostbusters. Yeah.
Ghostbusters. Yeah.
Ghostbusters is. It's an all-time classic, and I mean, now we're gonna get into we've got time.
Okay, so there's one version of the newer Ghostbusters that I like watching.
The girls' version.
Yeah.
Okay.
I prefer the older ones, but there's a scene that's not in the cut version, but it's in the extended version, and I'm pissed off because I don't own the extended version. It's a complete dance scene done and controlled by
The Ghost. Yeah.
I have it. Thor.
Yeah, I have it. I have the extended version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
I think I've seen that one.
yeah, and I thought that was like one of the greatest scenes, like in new age movies, ever.
Well, I mean, that scene was a ripoff.
So
It was a ripoff from The Mask.
yeah, I know, but still,
That whole movie.
I said new age movies.
That whole movie, and like I said, yeah, I own the movie because I'm a Ghostbusters fan at heart.
Yeah, and it's still
That whole movie was a horrible, horrible movie.
Yeah, it bombed.
It bombed, and like, don't get me wrong, it wasn't horrible because there were women in place of the guys that I grew up with. Those girls are hilarious actresses. What do you mean? Have you not seen Happy Time Murders with Melissa McCarthy?
That was actually a pretty good movie.
That was
I like that.
hilarious.
That's a messed up
It is
movie.
a very messed up movie. It's almost.
Be glad Jim Henson isn't alive anymore to see what his son did. He probably
Henson started that before he died. Henson Alternative. That was actually Jim's project before he died. Yeah, they had a bunch of like shorts, and then when he passed away, Brian just kind of kept going with
You
it.
can only play with Muppets so long. Before you
Well,
start
shit,
doing
I
it.
didn't even.
Shit's always gonna get weird. Look at Elmo.
It's like doing sugar.
So I mean, like, and like, I highly recommend for those of you who are adults out there listening to this, watch the Happy Time Murders.
It's not kids.
It's definitely, but do not put it on thinking it's Sesame Street. Yeah. Do not put it on thinking it's Sesame Street and it's okay to have the little ones watching with you.
Oh God, no!
Just because there's Muppets, don't mean it's PG.
I'm pretty sure it's rated R, isn't it?
It should have been a little bit. It should have been an
rated R.
X-rated movie at some points. I'm just saying. I mean, there's that one. Yeah. It is one scene. And not to give anything away, but I mean, getting in, like, this is a kind of a nerd cast for us, anyways. So we're gonna, dive into nerd.
Yeah.
Nerds. Oh, that's another great comedies.
Yeah.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Revenge of the Nerds is
Revenge
great.
of the Nerds is good. I've seen it.
Really?
Yeah, my dad made me watch it when I was younger.
Good. I'm glad he made you do something.
Made me.
Yeah.
I watched it
you
on
freaking nerd.
Yeah, you nerd. Think you're a nerd? Watch this guy,
Why do you think I called him a dork?
Lewis. Yeah, Revenge of the Nerds were great.
He made me watch that and Star Wars.
Yeah, watch.
He
this
made
nerd.
you
Wait,
watch
what?
Star Wars? You
Made
didn't
me.
want to already
Well,
watch
I was
Star
like,
Wars?
You didn't know what it was yet.
I was 5 years old. I went to go see Phantom Menace.
Oh,
You were 5 when Phantom Menace came out?
Yeah.
I think there's a problem with that.
What are you, 10?
It was 99.
yeah, that was a long time.
Was it
ago.
99?
Yeah, it's that long ago.
That's still only 19 years ago.
You were 5 and
20 years
Or
ago.
20 years ago.
Yeah,
This year ain't over yet, buddy.
How
Calm
old
down.
are you? Like,
I'm gonna do math.
how old are you?
22.
22.
So you were 2 years old when Phantom Menace came out.
Yeah.
Was it? Well,
If it came out in 99, which was 19 to 20 years
I was
ago,
younger. I remember going. Kind of have like big.
I want to
vague
say
memories of it.
was in
Phantom Menace came out like
2000
2005.
It was 99. For Phantom Menace?
I want to say it was like 2005.
You're
Chill out.
crazy.
It was
Fact-
99.
fact
It was
check, girl.
99.
Can you look
Just
that up for
fact
us?
checked.
You're crazy.
99.
Revenge of the Sith might have come out in 2005.
Phantom Menace, 99.
So you went and saw Phantom Menace at 2, and you remembered your dad making you watch the Star Wars movies then?
My dad took me.
No, you
I
sit
had
down and you
big,
watch this.
Maybe
Small
you made
memories
him
of
watch the
So sit
Clone
still.
Wars.
Sit still.
He wasn't aggressive about it.
What
On
year were you
different
born?
parents.
Sit down and shut up, you
Yeah.
nerd.
Yeah,
Were you born in 93?
No, I was born in 96.
you were born in 96?
Yeah, dude. That's what I mean. I was super young. All right.
No,
when
you are super young.
Yeah,
you not
okay.
were. You are.
Grits his teeth, but
Shut up, old man.
Yeah, I was
but
22 when I moved up here.
super young. But I have vague memories of going to the theater, like as an infant, whatever. But I really do.
As an
But-
infant.
No, I'm serious. I really do.
That's
remember
not bad for your ears or anything, you know?
Yeah.
It's that loud bass.
But I think
Never mind. I'm not going to say that.
I love Star Wars though. When he made me watch it, it was great.
Yeah, Star Wars are great movies.
Yeah, they're awesome.
But, that's getting off topic. Those aren't funny movies. Well, I thought they were kind of funny.
Dude, Jar Jar Binks is hilarious.
Jar Jar Binks is the worst!
I'm kidding.
God, that's horrible.
Pretty sure that guy hates his life now.
Jar Jar Binks?
Yeah, the guy that played Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, I think there was something he posted recently about that. How he
Wasn't he the guy who does the voice of Gollum?
Yeah.
Andy Serkis?
It wasn't Andy Serkis. No, there was a black guy that voiced Jar Jar.
Are you really going to bring the race
I'm
card in?
just telling you.
Okay, I'm just identifying.
Just how it is. Andy Serkis is a white man.
The white British man.
Yeah.
Funny British movies.
Yeah, What
Yeah,
about
right. Snatch.
Yeah,
Snatch was a hilarious
yeah,
movie.
Yeah, Rock.
Lock, Stock. Good movie.
Not seen it.
You've
Shaun of
not
the Dead.
seen Lock, Stock? Shaun of the Dead.
That's what I said,
Hilarious.
I've not seen
Shaun of
that.
the Dead, yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I love all his films.
I should have mentioned that.
Absolutely anything.
Yeah.
Freaking hilarious.
I love his films.
I think my favorite scene out of the whole movie wasn't they were in the Winchester bar and the jukebox all of a sudden comes on and they're hitting that zombie with the beat of a Queen song.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, don't stop.
Fucking
Me now.
cops.
Yes. Oh, was it Don't Stop Me Now?
Yeah, it was don't
Yeah.
stop me now.
Yeah.
And they're swinging their damn clubs with the dang music.
Hot Fuzz probably still my
We're
favorite.
having a good time.
Love Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz was a good one. But,
Yeah, that's right. It was called Hot Fuzz, not Cops.
cops. Over there, it wouldn't be called cops. They'd be called bubbies.
Cops.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bobbies.
Cops is a TV show. It can be pretty funny.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, no, that show's hilarious on a daily.
Yeah.
You ever see the episode where the chick called the cops because the other chick wouldn't give her her money back for her meth?
Oh shit!
People like that.
That was somewhere around here.
Probably.
I would not be surprised.
It was Andrews, North Carolina. No.
Probably next door.
But so with that being said, we got I don't know because I don't really pay attention to comedy movies that are coming out. I'm more into the whole Marvel universe that's coming to its end.
Joe, some of those are comedies.
Some of them are the Guardians ones were Thor Ragnarok was more comedy than it
My name's
was.
Korg, the Pile of Rocks. Don't be afraid. It's called Short Scissors. That's a
And even Captain Marvel had their comedy moments in there.
See, to me, I think that I have a couple of big complaints with Captain Marvel. In all, it was a good movie.
I thought it was a
it was
great
a
movie. It was
great,
awesome.
entertaining movie to watch. And I'm sure somebody out there is going to call me an even bigger nerd, or they're going to correct me if I'm wrong, which I know I'm fucking not. In the comic books, the Skrull create the Secret Wars. It's the beginning of the Secret Wars. The Skrull are bad guys. They're not refugees looking for another planet. They invade our planet. They take over the Avengers. Because they can shapeshift and look like us. They actually end up looking like, Thor, Captain America, and they pretend to be the Avengers and just start destroying shit. So, how the hell are they going to pull that off?
Maybe they just won't.
Or maybe they're like, well, we don't want to do anything else after this, so we just won't do Secret Wars, and we're going to make them lovable and funny. I didn't like it. I liked the movie, don't get me wrong. I didn't like that aspect of the movie. That, and then the way she got her powers was not in a test rocket.
How'd you get them?
Marvel gave her powers. And Marvel should have been Jude Law in that movie, not... the hell's her name?
Marvel.
No. Well, yeah. Yeah, I said no. But Jude Law should have... I think Jude Law should have played Marvel. Because it would have been...
Closer to the comics.
Yeah, it would have been more accurate to the comics. And I know that Marvel and Disney are trying to be a little bit more PC, giving women more lead roles. That was the thing with whole Captain Marvel. They had that tweet that came out.
They handled it well.
They did kind of handle that well.
What was the tweet?
It was, was it Kevin Feige that said something about being more diverse in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is why they made a female lead movie, because they were going to do it with Black Widow. Black Widow was going to get her own standalone movie, and then she didn't, for some weird reason or another. And then they gave Captain Marvel one, and now they're going to give Black Widow her own movie after Endgame.
It's not even Black Widow. Whether she's a woman or not, her powers just aren't very interesting.
She's
Yeah.
Batman.
It's just kind of lame.
She's freaking Batman.
She's not as cool as Batman.
She wears black leather. She knows martial arts.
It's just not very fun to watch.
She has gadgets.
But that's not all that Batman is. Okay? She's not as cool as Batman. Okay?
She's a spy, which is kind of like being a detective.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. You have to
And-
deduce.
And
Or
compared to the
induce.
opposite of Batman,
Also,
she'll
you beat
she'll
the
actually,
crap out of anybody.
Yeah.
She'll actually
Handcuffs.
kill someone instead of when Batman don't like to.
Batman's killed before, though.
You've killed me.
Don't bring that up.
That's,
That's not appropriate right now.
cut.
Yeah.
Sharp
This is like,
cut.
this is like not appropriate.
Yeah, it's none of your business.
Not an appropriate joke in the workplace.
Look, I mean, one, we're not getting paid to do this. Two, if this is our workplace, we have very, very loose rules. You can smack my ass all you want to get a promotion.
Is that a promise?
Yes, it is.
Solicitation.
Solicitation. But
That'll pass.
you're, aw.
Hard pass.
Well, fine, then I guess you're going to always be middle management. Or whatever, I don't know.
Secretary.
Yeah, Secretariat. It's a good movie.
Which one?
How many do they make, Secretariat?
There's more than one.
Yeah, I was going to say, Secretariat 2, The Comeback.
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo. Or, like, so, with all that being said, I want everybody out there listening to just, keep an open mind. Try not to be so judgmental off of a joke that somebody makes. Don't take anything personally. You can't take life too seriously. You'll never make it out alive. I want to thank you all for
I
listening.
didn't think we made it out alive anyway.
Well, we're never going to make it out alive.
No,
We all die in the
Yeah.
end.
We're gonna turn into skeleton.
Yeah, it's all going to be... Yeah,
almost dead.
yeah we're all... I'm almost dead, yeah. I'm dead inside from this.
Can't wait.
So anyway, I want to thank everybody for listening, and hope you enjoyed the 4th episode. We're going to keep going. If you liked what you heard, smash the like button, hit subscribe, bell notifications so you know when new episodes come out. Remember, our 50th subscriber gets a free hat. Our 100th subscriber will get a free t-shirt. Oh yeah, Matt doesn't know about hats and t-shirts yet.
Oh no, but yeah, you're getting it though.
Yeah.
Nice.
So anyway, hope to hear from you soon. Definitely make a comment in the description below or whatever.
Even if you want to correct me on my spelling, I dare you.
Yeah, and if you want to call us racists, I mean we didn't say the N-word. We were very good about that. So
We didn't do this.
Yeah,
so.
don't come at us, NAACP. So have a good night, guys, and I really had fun with this one.
You gotta hit it twice. No. You gotta hit it, and then you gotta press that, and then press this.